playing running clock lacrosse in all 4 of today's games. So the Victorians off to a strong start. You've only missed a couple of minutes, and we'll be with you the rest of the way now. New South Wales in possession now. Scott Filipponi with the ball. Hands off there to Taylor. Mark Taylor steps in, sticks the corner. Making it look easy, number 7 there. Number 7, Mark Taylor for New South Wales, had that one, making it 2-1 as the Wombats trail Victoria. Once again today, I am joined by the eye in the sky, the man of La Mancha himself, Ryan Spark. Sparky, what are you excited about for this game this morning?
I think we're going to see some good one-on-one lacrosse here for Victoria. Great goal there.
There we go, Lucas Parsons making it look easy.
I think we're going to see Victoria's avenue to goal a little easier than yesterday, so we could see a flurry of goals. But I'm also looking to see how New South Wales backs up yesterday's performances and see if they can improve.
Absolutely. I think we saw moments of greatness there from New South Wales yesterday. They had some really good team play, some great individual efforts, and if they can keep building on that now, they're looking like they may have a matchup against WA this afternoon.
Absolutely,
and
out for revenge.
That was a great game yesterday. Yeah, it was a good start from New South Wales. They died off a little bit at the end, but if they can play a complete game this afternoon, we could have anything happening. Just a bit of a scuffle there.
Move
out behind the pole.
Let's go.
Everyone's getting a little fired up this morning here at 7:30 a.m.
I think the coffee may have just kicked in. Again, today we have the head referee, Kelvo, mic'd up, so we may be about to hear some words of wisdom for these 2 young gentlemen coming over to the box.
Like 5. Unsportsmanlike 5. Blue 8. Unsportsmanlike 5. You can bring it on. We'll play 5 and 5.
There you go. Kelvo laying the law early on that one. A minor foul, 2 minutes. We've seen a lot of those. Haven't seen a lot of 5-minute fouls early on.
Stay there.
The referees having none of it early in the game there.
And that's good to see. We saw a little bit of action yesterday with South Australia and Victoria just getting a little heated with each other, and so it's good to get on top of those shenanigans early.
Absolutely. Have another goal there, which will make it 4-1. In that little scrap of players, I don't even see who put in the back of the net. I'm going to have to look at the replay with you guys at home, and we'll see what we can deduce. Sorry about that. The timing on the replay there wasn't ideal. We'll see if we can get one to you a little bit later on. So it is 5-on-5. We had penalties from both teams at the same time. So they'll play even strength, and those 2 players will just miss the 5-minute spots. Victoria come out of the ground ball contest there with it. That's number 25. James McKenzie had it. He was the MVP in Victoria's bout with SA last night. Had a big game for the Blues. Inside there, Ratchy with it. He was putting on a demonstration last night as well. Had an offensive flourish. Had a number of spectacular highlight reel goals, and we'll see if we see many more of those today from him. Shoya Suzuki, the New South Wales goalie, with the ball now, looking to clear up court.
Sloppy pass there, able to reconnect in the middle here.
Yeah, missed by 1, but picked up by Hamilton there.
And again, apologies to our viewers at home. Up in the camera setup here, we've got those steel beams to the side, but we'll do our best to commentate what's happening behind them.
We thought about getting the angle grinder out, but realised they are load-bearing. So
I'd like to stay up here.
Yeah, we tried not to cut Ryan out of the sky. Ball there with number 9, Brody Black for Victoria. Again, referees have been reminding the players that it's not a free-for-all in substitution. I think all the teams have been a little bit sloppy at times.
And that was a great rebound goal there, Caleb Hall.
Just a scrappy ground balls. And that's something we saw a bit of last night as well in the game. Victoria seems to be the most efficient team at cleaning up the scraps around the goal. We'll see this rebound off the chest of Suzuki. Caleb Hall was in that straight away. Whether that was going in or not, Caleb Hall was flooding to the goal and got himself free, picked up the ball, just dropped it over Suzuki there So that was really part of their bread and butter last night in their game, and we'll see whether that remains the same today. It just means their opponents need to be on high alert. If there's a shot and a rebound, Victoria are looking to get that rebound back into the net, and teams need to be aware of that. They can't be waiting after a shot to see what happens.
So poor Suzuki there's got to deal with an outside bomb from Peter Quast, but also deal with the scraps inside.
You know, Darren Ricketts with one shot, got his own rebound through traffic, took the second, missed wide, and that'll bounce out of bounds. Stokes bringing the ball up for New South Wales. Hands off to Taylor. Taylor had the first goal for New South Wales. That lobbed pass, not on target. Jeremy Snyder, the goalie for Victoria, coming out to grab that one. Keith Nyberg with it now. Ratchie to Hall, looking back to Ratchie. Couldn't get a clean handle on it. Picked up now, though, by Brody Black. He's had one already, and he'll get his second. Black's shot placement has been sensational yesterday and today. Already 2 goals today, and both of them, you know, fair range on them. He's not super close on those, but he's just making it hard for Suzuki to make a save, whether he's shooting off a screen or just putting the ball out of reach. Nicholas and Bell in the centre there.
Reset.
Ball picked up by Tyler Reynolds. He cuts across the front. Suzuki got a big piece of it, but again, it trickled through. It's a tough one there. Went 5-hole on it. Suzuki got stick to it, but I think just not enough grip on that one, maybe. As we see it make it through anyway. Nicholas and Bell back in the centre. Bell rakes it out behind. He's got McKenzie there with it. So again, ladies and gentlemen at home, the game clock in all of today's matches will be a running clock. So our game clock that we've got on the screen as an indication, we're a bit off in this game. We're at maybe 40 seconds out. So we'll do our best to keep it tight. Hopefully it'll be easier in future games. But again, just bear with us on that. We'll try to keep you updated on the scores as they close out for the quarters, as we're just within 3 minutes now from quarter time. Nicholas goes early on that one. Aldred will take the ball. He subs out Brody Black with it again, sends it across looking for Quas. Quas couldn't get the clean handle on that one.
He's far back.
Ball in front now. I think Ratchie thought about the shuffle. Didn't have enough of the ball before he went to shoot it. As I'm sure Ryan Spark likes to remind the juniors, you've got to earn it before you spend it out there, fellas. Absolutely. Got to have the ball before you can shoot it. Victorians with the ball now. Brody Black up top. Thought about a step down, hitched on the first one, stepped in, then took it, couldn't get the rebound cleanly though, and New South Wales looked to be coming out with it. Maybe not, no, ball's still loose in the middle, and Tyler Reynolds comes through to clean it up.
Just had a broken stick on the play, stuck in the crease there, and the referee's just cleaning that up.
There we go. So I believe if you drop your stick, you can remain in play. A broken stick, though, becomes illegal equipment, so you cannot play with that illegal equipment. So that'll be the substitution there. Same as in the field game. If you break your gear, you just got to be getting out of there. So the Vics will get the ball back now.
Watching.
Looking for Ratchie. Couldn't get the handle on it. Going New South Wales way now. Stokes bringing it up and over for the gentleman in white. Hummel with it. He was big for the New South Welshman yesterday. Reset. There we go. So we've fixed the clock now. We should be within a second of the game clock. So that's nice and easy for you now. We're within a minute of the quarter. Garrett Moser on the clear now. Looking to hand off there to Hall. Hall the little set pass to Ratchie. That's the deft touch that you can't teach. Quas with it now. To Hall, inside for Reynolds. Reynolds got a check as he went for the shot. Couldn't get it away cleanly. And it's picked up now by Magoulas, I believe. Coming across now, Richard Wheatland. Wheatland on the run. Bulldozers through. Got the shot off. Couldn't get it by Jeremy Snyder, though. And we're within 10 seconds. Brody Black charging in there. Big fake on that. Hitched the shot and then put it over the shoulder of Suzuki. But Suzuki with a big save there, which will bring us to quarter time. Score at the quarter is 8-1 Victoria's way. So a little bit of a slow start from both sides. The teams had a pretty abbreviated warm-up, but they came out blasting after that, though. So goal scorers thus far in the game. For New South Wales, the lone scorer, Matt Taylor. For Victoria, Caleb Hall had 1. Tim Ratchie had 2. Lucas Parsons-QUINTIAO had 1. Brody Black had 2. And Tyler Reynolds had 2 in a very efficient showing.
Yeah, well, that's why
Sparky upstairs, what are your thoughts so far?
Good start, obviously, to Victoria. There's a lot of class going on there, so I think if New South Wales can just chip away at the scoreline, really.
Absolutely, and I think if they can stay competitive in this game, whether the scoreline goes back to their, back looking a bit better for them or not, if they can stay competitive, stay physical, play good defence, play good attack when they get it, that will build for them into the next game. It's going to be a big ask now to stay, to get back into the game, score-wise, but if they can stay competitive, then, there's nothing lost in it. And again, it's a lot about rebuilding, and not rebuilding, but building for New South Wales as they continue to grow the sport up there. Got under a minute now until the second quarter, and again, it is running clocks for everyone watching at home, so it'll be a shorter game than we've had yesterday. We had a few long ones, a few delays of game for various reasons. And again, viewers at home, we're lucky enough to have our head referee mic'd up again. So that's the world-famous Kelvo, who in the opening seconds of today's game was knocked over by Keith Nyberg accidentally. So if you saw Keith running out onto the mid-court in the break, that was just to check that Kelvo is all right. He says he's fine. So we're all good on that front. They're all friends again. Yeah, the bandage on Kelvo's head, that was there before he was bumped into. So he's, that's not anything new. We didn't do too much damage to our referees today. I think Keffer and Kelvo probably actually went to primary school together. They're similar age bracket there. Nyberg obviously being a staple of the Australian game for the last few decades. Also a member of the Limestone Hall of Fame over in South Carolina in the US. He was a big college impact player. That was a bit of an interesting shot, we'll call it, there from New South Wales. The second attempt saved by Watson, was it?
Yeah, looks like we've got a goalie change.
Some of the New South players thought that went in, but the referees on the goal line not convinced at all, as Caleb Hall does put it away at the other end. So that makes it 9-1, and a quick start from Victoria after New South Wales started with possession in this second quarter here. Hummel with the ball now on the far side. Back up for Heller. Heller's shot wide of the target. Rebound taken by Reynolds. He's got Brody Black up court of him. Black takes it now. Fake save.
Big save, Suzuki there. Fantastic.
Suzuki not biting on it on that one. Shoya Suzuki has been absolutely put to work this weekend against the strong opponents from Victoria, South Australia and Western Australia. But he's held his own very well against the big guys in the league. So great to see from him, and hopefully that's a player who continues to flourish in the box game. Bren now with it. And shot clock violation on that one. Bit of a miscommunication there. McKenzie up with the ball now, and another save by Suzuki. Victorians one-on-one opportunities, but they just haven't been able to finish on them. And we have, streaking up the court there, we have Jared Neal for New South Wales.
Neal enjoyed his celebration there, didn't he?
I think he really enjoyed that, just the whole part of that. He got that one-handed catch on the run, took it nicely, just put on the afterburners, flew by the defense, and caught Ratchie turning around before he did a bit of a kung fu styled celebration, which I like to see. I think there's not enough kung fu celebration in lacrosse. Nicholas and Bell in the center again.
Out from the gate, mate. Out from the gate. Out from the gate.
Reynolds to Quast now. Over to Hall. Up top, Black with it. Black gets under his man, looking to the bottom corner. Errant pass there. Reynolds picks up the rebound though. 15 on the shot clock. Lucas Parsons with it. The young gun from Footscray will back himself for a shot if he can get a chance, but on that one, no luck. Suzuki coming up with a rolled ball. Filipponi with it now. He's got Quast guarding him. He's looking for players to help.
Let him run.
Can't get one on there, though. And Aaron Aldred can't get that ball clean either, which means Caleb Hall will sweep through and pick that up. Quast now with it again. Quast, the outside shot kicked away by Suzuki. Ratchie couldn't get that handle either there on the crease. Clear through attempt, but loose ball crosses the midline. New South Wales winning that foot race. It's Beardsley and Ratchie fighting for the ball. The loose ball, though, knocked back off the board, and it's picked up by McKenzie for Victoria. Quast with it on the near side. He's got Filipponi watching him. Ball up top. Black has it. His step-down shot high of the target. Quast, though, picks up a very casual-looking ground ball there. There were players all around it, but just a great box out from his teammates to give him a bit of space. Picked it up and then just put it over Suzuki if you watch the replay here. So shot from Brody Black, ball in front. Big box out there. Peter Quast has the ball roll in front of him, picks it up one-handed and puts it by the keeper. Easy as you like it there from Big 31. There we go, Frank Nicholas there, just holding out the stick of Lachlan McDonald as they were going for the ground ball after that centre. Tyler Reynolds with the ball now. Reynolds had a bit of a stumble there. It's been a slick or a grippy patch or something, not sure what's going on there. McDonald there, ball back inside, looking for Reynolds. Reynolds taken down by Richard Wheatland. Wheatland, after the big hit, loses the ball though.
1-8.
There we go. We'll have Wheatland sitting for the illegal hit on that one. Vic will get the ball back. No, not 1-8. I think one of the referees called 1-8. It was number 9, Frank Nicholas there. So we'll have another Victorian power play. Victorians converting at a reasonably high click last night on their power plays. We'll see how they do today. There's Quast steps down, high shot there. Ball in the back of the net.
Go. Thanks, God, take it. Blue. Blue.
There we go. We have another unsportsmanlike play on that one. So Noakes is going to come off. Stokes, sorry, not Noakes. Jack Stokes, number 19. So he's off. So that's now a two-man power play for the Victorians.
Reset.
Wow.
Brody Black just stepping in on that one. I think the New South Wales defense just on the back pedal there. And, you know, you can't be backing away from the shooter there. We know Black has the range to put it in, and they took about 5 extra metres off that one. Just kept stepping in. I think he thought he was going to have someone come and spear
Red line's
tackle him.
Oh, it's green. Okay. It's a bit too close.
That's head ref Kelvin there having a chat with Peter Quass about what colours he knows. We've determined there's a green line out there. Ground ball missed there at first by the Vics, but a big hockey sweep into Peter Quass from Garrett Moser there. I'm not sure if he aimed that or just hoped, but the hope worked, and Quass got it. Again, we're one man down now on the power play.
Oh, this is just clinical finishing from the Victorians.
And it's the extra pass. I think Lucas Parsons on that one, he could have taken that step up court to put that one away. You see him there. He's got a bit of angle. He'll get the ball down low off this little cross pass. He could step up and finish that, but he goes to Ratchie. He makes the defenders make that extra step. He makes the goalie go back across the crease. And it's that diligence that it's good to see from such a young player as Lucas Parsons.
There you go. Set.
It was so Ratchie got the goal from Parsons. Ball's with Tyler Reynolds. He's got a Wombat coming for him.
And no, that's not Evan Willis.
No, but it is nice that New South Wales have named their teams after the Williamstown goal keeper. Ball caught in the pad there of Suzuki.
Whoop.
Neal heading up court now. Back for Stokes. Stokes to Filipponi. Filipponi was huge yesterday in the game against WA. Had some crucial goals. Good on-court leadership, some defensive stops. But he's a good box brain out there. You know, Blake Watson, the youngster, with a save there. Filipponi with the ball again.
Reset.
Being watched by Moser.
Reset.
Shot there just wide of target. Reset call on the clock though. There we go. We've had that now. Shot clock back on. Ball couldn't make it by there. Blake Watson got a piece of it, I think, and it sort of trickled away. Garrett Moser comes up with the ball now for transition. He's got Ratchie ahead of him. Off to Hall now. Hall the lefty to Reynolds. Reynolds sweeps across the top. Shot saved by Suzuki. Richard Wheatland picked the pocket of the goalie there and almost fumbled it on the ground ball, but came up with it now. He gets it to Stokes. Ball's with Taylor now. Had New South Wales' first goal. He's guarded by Aaron Batsis. Shot wide of the target there from Hummel. He gets it back though. Brendan with it. And we'll have a shot clock violation there from New South Wales. On the run, Dan Hall up to Caleb Hall. The shovel pass just off target from Mackenzie. Couldn't get the handle there. Scrappy loose ball. Picked up now though by Margulis. Ball ahead to Stokes. Stokes has Vix ahead of him. Has to wait for the New South Welshman to arrive en masse. Margulis there, steps around, gets the angle, but Watson kick save. Moser on the clear now. He's got New South Wales players all around him. Gets a big hit from one. Stokes is coming after him now. Gets that ball away though. Frank Nicholas just clearing some players through defensively there. Brody Black with the ball, up to Quass now. Quass will step down and shoot it. Suzuki with the save. Gotta see, I think Shota Suzuki maybe holding his stick a little bit far out in front of himself. It seems to be kicking back on some of his saves. He's had two that have trickled through that I can remember in this morning and last night's games. So not sure if it's a grip issue or what, but just got to make sure he's not allowing the ball to get into the goal after he's already gotten a piece of it.
Guys, you're letting him go too early.
Just the goalie's nightmare.
What's the subs? You're letting him go too early. Okay.
I think Quass is just trying to overpower Suzuki with his shot.
Absolutely, he's looking 5-hole and he's not worried about the stick that's there. He's
trying to break it.
He's going for it anyway. You know,
there's a Wombat heading to the box.
It's a Hummel there. We'll come to sit and we'll see what the referee's called on that.
Cross check.
So it's an illegal cross check. And again, some cross-checking we don't mind in box lacrosse. That's a big difference that a lot of field players notice. You'll see field players getting a bit excited about the laying the extra lumber out there, and then also sometimes bringing that back to field with them. And a quick reminder there is Lucas Parsons on that one, just steps high, turns his hips, squares up and puts it away in the top corner. Hummel's 2-minute penalty cancelled by the goal now, so all even again. Score at the moment is 13-2 in favour of the VICs after that goal from Lucas Parsons-QUINTIAO.
Reset.
Face-off taken by Searle. Neil, sorry. Just making up some names here. Far side, Taylor with the ball. 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Taylor in possession. Inside 10 on the shot clock now. Hamilton has it. Back to Taylor. Got to be thinking about a shot now. Dumps it inside. Hummel with it. Can't get the handle though, and that'll be the shot clock on that one. Vic will get the ball. Ball up to half court there with Quas in possession now.
Reset.
Quas the round arm rip there. Sends it low, but Suzuki comes up with it. Filipponi bringing the ball up and over court. I think pace of play is definitely slowed down a little bit from the first quarter. I think after 2 games on this hard surface yesterday and another 2 coming today, I think these players are really going to be feeling it. Sparks, have you got any experience playing on a hard court like this with such a quick turnaround?
No, I avoid this hard court at all costs. My knees aren't built for this game.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the physics of it just wouldn't allow me to be out there.
Leave it to the athletes. Us goalies can just stick to these jobs.
Absolutely.
Reset.
If I could have a seat on the field, I would.
Good finish.
No goal called on that one. There we go. We're going to see the replay. So it was another shot rebounded, picked up in front, I believe.
From there.
So it's picked up and put away there by Ratchie, but there were too many men on the box when that goal went through. So nothing about the goal itself, just the substitution error resulting in too many men.
1-8.
Short time left. We've got only about 10 seconds left to play. We've got a penalty coming off now for the VICs.
Put the ball down.
And it's running clock, so these delays
we'll see the end of the quarter,
could be costly. Yep. There we go. Both teams now in error. We're going to have 5-on-5. There's 2 penalties there, but it's half time. So we'll take a break now. We'll cut away. We'll come back with first half highlights from the game, and we'll be back with you.
Stay in the box. No, you're not allowed. Stay in the box.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're going to bring you through some highlights from the first half as we're a couple of minutes from the start of the second. First goal of the game there, that was the, we're talking about the scrappy ground ball play from Victoria, and that was one of those loose change ones that they just put away on the doorstep. Here now it was Brody Black with a big bounce pass across the front. Caleb Hall clears through, step down shot from Quas. The rebound was there, and Caleb Hall came through again to get that rebound and put it away. Ratchie clearing, sent it across the top, back in for Ratchie. Ball was loose, picked up by Black. Black just stepped over, hitched a little, and after the fake, put that away. Quick one out of the face-off there. Nathan Bell played it forward, picked up there by the Victorians, and Tyler Reynolds just snuck it by Suzuki. Brody Black there with it. Ratchie in front. And again, Victorians have had a lot of shots on the doorstep so far this morning. We'll see whether New South Wales can do a bit to push them out, give Suzuki a bit of a buffer there. The first one was a save there by Watson, had a long pass upfield, or up court. And the shot at the far end there, I believe it was Reynolds again, who had a handful in the first. That one there, big save from the Mackenzie shot, taken on the run there. And it was Neil who went full court, bit of a fly kick celebration that I really appreciated. Step down again, Brody Black. The rebound, though, and it was picked up, raked through. Peter Quas grabbed a hand of it and put it away. One last highlight there, and casual as you like it. It was Lucas Parsons, hand across, step down, Brody Black, business as usual. That'll bring us into the second half. Scores are 13-2 in favour of the VICs. We are at half-time. We had a gentleman's discussion between one of the players and a referee. So we had a 10-minute misconduct as allotted to Mark Taylor from New South Wales. And they're restarting. I think it was a clock issue we just had maybe. But refacing on this one, and we'll be underway with the second half. Matt Taylor, sorry, not Mark Taylor. Is Mark Taylor a cricket commentator? Toby, yeah, he's an air conditioning guy, right?
Yep, also a very good cricketer back in his day.
I have mainly air conditioners though, right? I was,
Fujitsu.
Great finish there from Aaron Aldred, using his reach on that one. Very low angle, just reached back around, put it over Suzuki. And quick start for the Victorians again. Moser there, down to Aldred. Gets under and just closing angle, reaches back. And again, not much Suzuki could do on that one. Jonas Heller and Nathan Bell in the centre. Ball there behind the metal bar of injustice. Again, a loose ball, just a big scrap there.
Just a traditional pylon.
That pylon was quite impressive because I thought Darren Ricketts went down at the bottom of it, but then there were 3 New South Wales players under him, and he came out the other side. That's quite impressive. I haven't seen that kind of defensive manoeuvre in a long time. Brody Black with the ball now as the Victorians go up 5-5 now. Or go even at 5-5, I should say.
Oh, they must have forgotten.
Rebound now, heading back to the New South Wales offensive end. Filipponi can't get it clean. Brody Black chasing it down. Black, one of a few Canadians out there, I believe, on the court. Also, one of the players using the traditional pocket, which I do like to see still. That's keep the old ways alive, and anything with a preformed pocket can go in the bin. Mackenzie there fighting for the ground ball. He's got two players around him, Hamilton and Hummel there giving him trouble. Hamilton comes up with the ball, looking inside, can't get it to Bren. Ball's loose in front. Hummel got a piece of it, but it's knocked away. Mackenzie and Watson going full stretch for that one. Blake Watson, good little move there from the young goalie just to clear that ball away to his player. And at the other end, just quick transition, great passes up the court. Brody Black finds Caleb Hall. Caleb Hall finds the back of the net. And the back of the net finds them another point. So again, good transition here. That little clearing pass. Brody Black, no rush, finds Hall on the backside. And New South Wales just a little bit slow up court. I don't think they realised Hall had cut as far up as he did. Face-off knocked out there, or played out there by Lachlan McDonald. Can't get the ground ball clean. Does on his second attempt. Ratchie with it now. Ratchie goes low, rolls back up court. He's got Stokes coming for him. Hall there across. That ball knocked loose. Meant for McDonald. He got a piece of it, but it was knocked away again. Hall there, the wide shot, missed the target. It's going to be up and over now. It's going to be New South Wales ball. Hummel will take it on the near side. Heller with it. Poor pass. Filipponi has to chase it down. Will Aaron Batsis get there first? Yes, he will. The big man from Eltham. Shot couldn't go, though. Suzuki with a big save. But after that one, I think Heller getting a little bit excited at the chance to run into someone. And he's going to have a sit for it now. Slash the call there. There we go, 5 minutes on that one. Sorry, there was a bit of a discussion there. Referees and the bench officials just trying to confirm whether it was number 5 or a 5-minute penalty. There we go. Player in the box still arguing the case. We could see another misconduct penalty go to Taylor. He's really keen on getting one. He'd set the weekend record if he had 2. Big rebound on that one. Made it all the way to the New South Wales box. It's going to be Victorian ball now. Still arguing that it might only be 2 minutes for number 5, but it was 5 for 5. And as Sparksy will tell you, 5 squared equals 25. And that's just a fact. It has nothing to do with the game. Great finish there from Caleb Hall, as I think both sides just not really sure what was happening on that one. He got the pass, dove slowly into the crease, and went from there.
I can tell
See
you
on the replay, Brody Black with it here. Sends it across, little pass from Parsons, and Caleb Hall behind the play on that one, just snuck into the crease. Bit of an anticlimactic, but good finish there from Hall.
I can tell you I'm just above where the penalty box is, and Taylor is certainly airing his opinion.
Very impressed, I take it. Ball there taken by Garrett Moser. Black with it. Bounce pass there to Quass. Quass back to Taylor, back to Black. Quass to the bottom corner to Rashi. Back to Quass. Inside now. Look again, looking to break the stick of Suzuki. He's really keen on that 5-hole goal. Yet to work for him, but I like his ambition. Michael Hamilton with the ball now. He's got wheels if he can get some room. Too long to clear the ball there. So again, good pressure on the ride from the Victorians. Hall with it, didn't get a good piece of it before he went for that pass. Back on now. Quass with it, gets it to Parsons. Across the front to Ratchie. Ratchie's shot deflected off the shin pad of Suzuki. Diving attempts to put it back in from Ratchie couldn't go, and it's going to be New South Wales ball. Ratchie with the ball Over the shoulder pass there to Black. Black puts it in the back of the net. So we'll see the failed clear there. Ball knocked down. Comes off the stick. Ratchie gets it. Little over the shoulder pass. And Black just sticks that top corner. Again, for everyone watching at home, if you want to see a great example of a player not doing too much with their stick, Brody Black on that one. He's had a few now where he's not even throwing a fake. He's keeping his hands up and away, and he's just waiting until that last second before placing the shot with a little bit of a head and shoulder dip. And it's made it very hard for Suzuki to get a read on. Suzuki's done a good job reading fakes so far in this game. But Black there with the no fake is doing a good job. Wheatland comes up with the ball after a bit of a ground ball scrap. Gets a screen through, low angle there, running down. Watson gets a good piece of that one, covers the angle nicely. That ball's going to go to Victoria. Aaron Batsis with it now. Reynolds there across the top to Parsons. Fifth player making it onto Victoria now. Bit of a slow sub there. Darren Ricketts, high hit on that one. Quast again going for that shot. He's going to get it eventually, just through sheer weight of numbers. Quast back up top with it after the clock reset. Ricketts now gets the screen back to Parsons. Parsons, nice little shimmy move there. In front, Ricketts couldn't get enough angle on that. Suzuki with the cover. Ball is again behind the steel post of Injustice. And we're going to have, I think it was the high hit against Ricketts, and it's Bren there, number 15, will serve the penalty for trying to remove the lid of Ricketts. Again, obviously a bit of a tough one out here. We've got umpires who spend most of their time calling the field game, have jumped into the box arena and having to adapt as they go. Players, some of them have been good. We've had a number of players giving guidance to the referees at quarter and half time, and that's not in a joking way. Obviously, some players a little bit less impressed though. So umpires are doing what they can this weekend, but it's been good to see the amount of support they've had from the more experienced box players, some of whom have been playing at the national and international level for a long time now.
But I think what we all need to understand is you need to be patient, and I know that tempers can flare and that sort of thing, but
absolutely, and it's just the reality of it. We're trying to grow box lacrosse in Australia, and that growth sometimes has growing pains, and that's just part of the reality of it.
And as we all know, referees rarely change their mind in a call, so
it is true. Just like cheetahs don't change their spots, zebras don't change their stripes. So I assume. I'm not sure how the stripe system works. Shot clock reset on that one. It must have been taken off a New South Wales player there. Quast has it. Will he look for a 5-hole shot? Oh, he doesn't on that one. Brody Black across the front to Lucas Parsons. That shot deflected. Parsons, big body to clear out on that one. I think Ratchie was the player they called for that in the end. I think it was just an interference, though. Great run there from number 12, Jared Neal, but a big save from Watson. Aaron Batsis now with it, gets it to Moser. Moser hands off to Brody Black.
Got just under 3.5 minutes to go in this one.
Absolutely. The running clock has kept it a fast-paced game. I've quite enjoyed it, actually. We've got the shot clock on, which forces the high tempo. And the running clock means there's just no time to sort of stop and stand. Brody Black just scored Quast's shot. He went the 5-hole, got under the stick of Suzuki. And it's another one for Brody Black, who has just been dynamite offensively so far. So with a few minutes left here in the third, we'll just take you through some of the results from yesterday's games. So game one yesterday saw South Australia taking on New South Wales. And that was a South Australia win 19-5 against the Wombats. Good showing from the Wombats, though. It was actually a very competitive game. Just South Australia's ability to put points on the board was paramount to that big victory. The second game of the day was Victoria coming out on top over WA, 10-3 in WA's welcome to box lacrosse in Australia. The second round of games saw WA taking on New South Wales. At half-time, it was 7-7 in that game. It was a really competitive start and some great lacrosse at both ends. WA with a massive third quarter, though. They went on a 7-1 run and came out with a 17-8 victory in the end. And then round two, game two, was Victoria versus South Australia, the rematch of last year's final. We had some gentlemen's discussions on the court at times, but in the end, it was Victoria coming out 16-7 over the reigning national champs. So a lot to play for today. We could see two rematches of probably the two best games so far today. We could be seeing in the finals WA New South and SA Victoria as New South Wales get a goal there on a nice little move. So that logo clears out here. Frank Nicholas giving a bit of space there for Taylor. Taylor got underneath and put that one away. He was on the naughty chair for quite a while, but he's made his presence felt as soon as he was back out on the court. That makes it 18-3 for Victoria. He's had Matt Taylor. He got 2 goals and 15 minutes of penalties. That for those of you playing along at home, that's quite a few. In a game, that's a whole quarter so far he's missed. Ratchie there, chasing the ball down. Couldn't get it clean, but has enough room to get it. Fakes his man, looks to sweep across the front, gets by. Is it all clear? Yes, it is. And again, Ratchie had a few of those yesterday where he went for the dive. I would have preferred that. So less points for style, but the same amount of points for goals. So that'll do. Sparksy, with 20 seconds left here in the third, what have you thought of the difference from the first half now into the first half of the second half?
Well, I think Victoria have just, business as usual, chipped away at the goals. But I think we probably need New South Wales to come out in the fourth and just get rid of all that banter from the third and the second quarter and just get on with the game.
Absolutely, and I think it really showed, and a bit to their detriment in this quarter. It was New South Wales just getting a little bit too caught up in calls they weren't happy with. Whatever else was going on. And they really need to remember that, at the end of the day, they need to be scoring points. They need to be holding Victoria to the lowest score possible and looking to build. It's a hard one to build when you're sitting in the box for such extended periods of time. We'll cut away for a minute or two and we'll be back with fourth quarter action here at Stadium 34 in Moe, the Pinata capital of East Gippsland. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the fourth quarter here at Stadium 34. For those of you wondering why Moe has been dubbed the Pinata capital of East Gippsland, That was by me last night. Has no relevance to anything in the real world, but, you know, I just thought it sounded good as a title. Sparky, what have you thought so far of the things I've been describing Moe as? What's your favourite been?
Well, from what you said, I think I can probably add in the power plant.
Yeah, that's true. We've driven past a number of power plants. There was a great open-cut mine on the way in this morning.
The botanical gardens.
There is a botanical garden. That's actually a thing you'd want to look at. The botanical gardens were good. And obviously, I think the main highlight of this morning was getting coffees. So the bakery on Main Street of Moe did us proud with their did themselves proud, I should say, with their coffees. And that's probably the only reason I'm conscious at the moment. Big physical play there. Garrett Moser unperturbed by it, though.
Wait for him, wait for him.
McDonald couldn't get a clean handle on that one. Moses coming back through, though, and a huge hit. That has taken out a lot of the tech on the desk there. That was a big one.
So I'm just zooming down to you boys there. Cleaning up the mess. Well done, fellas.
Alrighty.
2 minutes for boarding for that one, and I was just visiting you fellas down there at the desk.
There we go. Hi up there, guys.
Give us a wave.
Nah, easy, all good. Wasn't even a thing. Definitely was, though.
It sounded loud.
That was, yeah, well, look, you know, the main thing is the tech gear is fine. And I'd already finished my coffee, so that didn't spill.
So we've got New South Wales on the power play here. Big
step down from Hummel. Not sure what stopped that one. I think a number of players seemed to be in the way of it.
That was a goalkeeper caught in the padding.
It was there. Okay, it was the padding. Okay, a number of players seemed to be out there. So there we go. All good. Just again for the Victorian fans who were watching yesterday in Victoria's first game, we saw a nasty injury to Dan Menterplay. Just an update on that. If you haven't seen our Facebook posts, surgery was very successful. It must have been about 5 minutes after he was. 5 minutes after he was out of the OR, he was already saying he'll be back down today watching. I think that may be a little bit of a stretch, but the man seems to be fine. He's in good spirits, and he's already talking about coming down to be an assistant coach for the Rage in the Victorian box comp. Vic now, 2 gentlemen in the naughty chair. Not sure if it's a common theme, but both have been teammates of mine at Club Lacrosse back home. They just want to be nearer to me, which I find suspicious. New South Wales 5-3 now.
Oh, fantastic.
Big save by Watson.
Big save. Fantastic cross-crease pass there.
It was absolutely great ball movement, not to discredit them. There was good ball movement from the New South Wales attack, but Blake Watson taking a leaf out of the book of Jeremy Snyder with that great cross-crease sliding save. First penalties released there. Moses back out. Pass looking for Tyler Reynolds. Couldn't get it to go. Ball against the boards. Scott Filipponi comes up with it. Jared Neal has it now.
Threads the needle. Rips the shot, top corner.
Absolute precision on that one from Neal. I think the camera angle for that should be pretty good as well on that replay if we can see it. But just brilliant. That pass to Neal, couldn't quite get it there, picks it up, rolls through traffic, almost a blind roll, and then just that bounce there. Didn't want any extra ground there. Could have run in another 5 metres if he wanted them. Didn't need the 5. Thought he'd take the shot and makes it count there for New South Wales as it's 19-4. I think that's what we were saying at three-quarter time, Sparksy, was that, we just want to see New South Wales keep playing lacrosse, not get caught up in the rest of it. And that seems to be so far what they're doing in the fourth.
That's it, because they've got a big job to do against WA later on. I mean, they obviously want revenge from the previous game. WA have first tournament in 38 years, and they've come up with a win. So New South Wales will definitely want to avenge that.
Absolutely,
wow,
as Ratchy finds the back of the net. And I think it's one of these games where, playing good lacrosse, no matter who you're playing against, it's going to make you better. You're playing the Victorians who have just put in their 20th goal. They're a scoring monstrosity at the moment out there. But if New South Wales just keep playing good lacrosse, play smart defence, work on their offence as they can, that's what's going to be. That's going to be what counts. It's not seeing, you know, who can be the biggest, roughest boy out there. As impressive as I'm sure they find that.
I think we're going to see that later on with SA v Victoria.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised.
Although SA need to take care of Western Australia this morning in the second matchup.
Absolutely. I think SA, we were talking about it yesterday, they've got the shortest bench by about 5 players. The other 3 teams here with 17 or 18 players. SA with only 13.
And we know the class of SA. They'll, you know, we all expect them to make the final, but
it's not going to be an easy one against WA. Absolutely. And I think WA have great field players, great athleticism on the WA side. You see it in their field teams all the time. They're always one of the best conditioned units out there.
Got a whistle here as starts the ball to be returned.
Referee's just trying to work out what's going on.
I think we lost Kelvin's mic in the period just before. I wonder if he's mic'd up for this.
Let me have you. I've just turned him up, but I'm not hearing anything there from Kelvo. Oh well. Victoria with the ball. Could have been when we had players diving into the bench through the boards. Well, we'll replace the battery and see if we can make that work for us. Wheatland now with it. Yeah. Yeah, so sorry about that. I'm just having a chat behind me. Yeah, we're going to have a quick chat with Anthony Filippa, the head coach of the South Australian side. Oh, big goal there from New South Wales. So, Coach, what have you been thinking so far watching this game this morning? Have you been able to see much of it yet?
Actually, no, I haven't. I've only just arrived and tried to get a few things organised. But having a look at the scoreboard, it seems as though the Vics are playing at exactly the same pace that they played against us. So Absolutely. They're feeling fresh.
Yeah. Which is an interesting one. Obviously, a very early start to the game. How are your boys feeling after last night?
Physically or mentally and emotionally?
Any of those 3. You know, how are they?
I think physically, of course, they're a bit worn down given the short bench. But and after the result from last night's game, they're probably not entirely happy with not necessarily the fact that we got beat by the Vics. The scoreline probably. Was a bit of an issue. We probably thought we could keep that a little bit closer. But of course, they've still got in the back of their mind last year that, you know, it doesn't matter what happens necessarily in the minor round, the major round, anything can happen if you do the right thing.
Absolutely. So as a team, what are you looking to adjust? Should you, obviously, assuming you get past WA today, what are you guys looking to adjust from last night to this afternoon?
Without giving too much away.
Without giving too much away. Without giving away your secrets.
No, I won't do that. Well, first of all, I'll just touch on the fact about WA. We're not arrogant to suggest that WA is just going to be a foregone conclusion.
No, well, that's what we were just discussing. I think, you know, WA, good athletes, good field players. Yeah. If they can make it click today, it should be a good game. Well,
then that's exactly right. And I think we need that game against WA because there's a few things that we need to sort out as a team that would probably utilise against the Vics a little bit. So I'm thinking a lot about the WA game more so than the Vic game. But, you know, I guess back to the question, apart from making sure we get past WA, if we do make the championship game, I think one of the problems we had against the Vics last night that we need to address is that we came in with the idea that we need to control the pace of the game. I think we confused that with the pace of running offense motion. In other words, we wanted to slow down transition by not having too much of it, get the ball in offense, get yourself set. That slows things down. But when you're running your cycles and your picks, off ball, on ball, that's when you need the pace. It was pretty obvious the Vics were doing that, and I think that probably let us down a little bit. We were just a little bit slow. When you're going in setting picks and you're jogging into them, then it's easy for defence to make the calls to switch.
Yeah, and that's something you see quite often is when you play slower tempo, I think it sort of becomes a bit lethargic throughout, and obviously it's a hard one to balance the controlled pace with fast individual movements. So I think obviously again WA will push you for that. They were a team that really pushed out against VIC and New South Wales. We're running short on time here, so I think we're going to wrap up. But we'll see you with your game for WA. Good luck with that. And then we may be seeing you again in the final against Victoria. So good luck, Coach.
Thanks very much.
Hope your morning goes well.
And good job, boys, on the mics.
Thank you very much.
So we've got New South Wales just with the ball here in offense. Shot from the outside, wide.
Greg Breen couldn't get it to go. Loose ball taken by Garrett Moser. 2-on-2 on the breakaway. He's running in and sticks the top corner there. Nice and easy on that one. Good transition play by Victoria to get numbers up the field. McKenzie there equaling Moser on pace just to make sure they had that pass option. The 1-on-2 is a tough one, but having that pass option means neither the close defender or the goalie can lock their sights on one player. So keeping them honest as Moser on transition put it away. Score now 21-6. So that was Anthony Filippo we were just talking to, the head coach of South Australia. And as Ryan and I were saying, you know, there's no guarantees in this game against WA. They've got the legs, and if they can stretch it and play a fast game, they'll put SA through their paces, even with the strong finishing prowess of SA's Fab Five in attack.
Did you call them the Fab Five, or is that something they came up with? Because I'm not sure they'd prefer the Fab Five, you know. I
called them the Fab Five in honour of, I think it was a Michigan basketball team, which had Juwan Howard, Chris Webber, one other NBA bloke, but they were a dynamite duo, whatever a five is in the 90s of NCAA basketball. But I'm calling them the Fab Five, so there we go.
Wow.
Oh, Suzuki on that one.
I'm not sure what happened there. I thought Suzuki got a little confused about where the ball was.
I'm not sure if he thought Black was going to run into him on that one. Maybe Black gave him a look. But yeah, the transitional lane when you see Ratchie going up the bounce pass there, and Suzuki just...
I think he just got faked out of his boots.
Yeah, I think he was just confused. I'm not sure. Maybe Black was running down the court and asked him a riddle. And the goalie was confused by that. It was, I've often told players in the face-off that what they should do is when they're going down to get the ball, they should ask the other face-off whether they breathe in or breathe out on a face-off. And then while they're thinking about that, you win the face-off and run off with the ball. Maybe he employed that tactic, which I've been telling juniors for years, and I'm not sure if any of them have ever done.
And Suzuki's done a fantastic job this whole tournament. Takes a lot of guts to do that role.
Absolutely, and I think he's had more work than anyone else out there on the court.
We've seen some incredible athletic saves.
And just the number of them. Like, he hasn't seen... I think some of the goalies have had easier shots to sort of get them in a rhythm. Suzuki has been up against it on everything he's seen. Nothing's been easy for the guy, but he's done a great job to stay with it.
Has just seen a nice save from the Victorian goalie, able to corral that one and give off a nice outlet.
Young Watson, I think...
Turnover.
I think they weren't sure who that was coming for as we come within 3 minutes of the end of the game.
Another outside rip.
Bren looking for it. He's been ambitious on his shooting, Greg Bren. Hasn't maybe got the range he needs on those. I think he's had a few on the run, sweeping shots, and a few where he's gone for the time in room. Just needs to be a little bit closer, I think. He's just extending himself a little far on those. But if he can get further in, I think he's going to be a threat for New South Wales in their next game.
Just a quick shout out to Robbo from Denmark. G'day, mate. Good to have you tuning in. Michael Snyder from Canada tuning in.
There we go. That's the good thing about the 7:30 a.m. time slot. Other time zones can really capitalise on it. I've been discussing the game currently with my brother in Glasgow, who's been checking it out a little bit as well. So it's good to see the Northern Hemisphere getting involved.
Reset. Take it out, take it out.
That shot deflected off of Victorian as we get within 2 minutes now. Frank Nicholas and Aaron Aldred just having a bit of a gentleman's discussion out there. Filep, a quick turn on that one, couldn't get it to go. The rebound taken by Stokes, but his shot just over the top, may have even hit the crossbar and bounced high. But on the doorstep, just couldn't get it to go. Mackenzie bringing the ball up court now. Gets it to Reynolds.
Wait for him.
Reynolds hands off to Black. Big outside shot on that one. Ambitious from Black. Clock reset, I think. Yeah, clock reset. There we go. They'll blow a whistle on that one. I think the bench officials not always seeing the umpires calling the resets of the clock. May just be a line of sight issue with these thick steel bars around the boards. Ratchie with it now.
I think he's seen it come off the goalkeeper.
There we go. Kelvin explaining to the New South Wales bench. He saw it come off the goalkeeper, which will reset. If the goalkeeper makes a save, that's a shot on target. Same as the shot clock reset that we're seeing in the NCAA now. 30 seconds left to play. Less than that on the shot clock, so we're going to have to see at least a shot. Won't hold out for one, or they can just throw the ball away. There we go. Just board that one. Ball's with Reynolds now.
Reset.
Oh, and that one snuck in, I think.
That ball, it did. It rebounded and trickled back in. We'll see that on the replay. That was a bit of a strange one. Ball up top there with Brody Black. Running clock, so it should time out now. We'll see what happens. But again, Reynolds on that one. Yeah, must have hit leg pad, I think, and then it trickled in by Suzuki. So Reynolds lucky to sneak that one by with dying seconds left. And that'll bring us to the end of regular play for both of these teams. So that's their 3 pool matches done. They'll both play a game this afternoon. Victoria have locked a spot into the championship game, where they were last year and where they'll look to be victorious. New South Wales will play off for 3rd and 4th, where they'll look to get their first win of the weekend. We'll bring you some highlights and a goal scoring summary. Goal scorers first, highlights next, and then we'll be able to show you the MVP presentations. So obviously it was a smorgasbord of scoring for the Victorians. Caleb Hall with 4 for the Vics, Tim Ratchie with 5, Lucas Parsons, the young gun from Footscray, with 2, Brody Black with 6, Tyler Reynolds with 2, Moser, Aldred and Quass all with 1. For New South Wales, we had Matt Taylor with 2 goals, and he sat a whole quarter in penalties, the mate there. So he could have been more of a factor, and hopefully he can keep his cool in their next game, because New South Wales are a better team with him out there. Jared Neal had 2, and Matt Hummel had 1. So it was big penalty issues for New South Wales, and if they can keep their cool in the next game, they're going to be a more effective unit out there, because they were missing some critical players at critical times, and Victoria were able to capitalise quite regularly on that. So we'll have a look at some highlights, and then we should be able to show you the medal presentations before we come back later at 9:30 for the next game. So we're bringing you the last couple of goals of the game. So this is the breakaway, the blind roll through traffic there from Neal, and just the absolute bullet from outside, snuck it by Watson. Big fist pump and a glove punch at the end there. Up top then it was Quass. He handed over. Low angle here. And Tim Ratchie just threading the needle over the shoulder of Suzuki on that one. Coming back the other way, it was Greg Bren with the ball. Guarded closely. And just the step-down shot from Hummel. Rebound collected. And it was Taylor who put it back in after that one. Hummel, sorry, who put his own rebound back in after that one. Coming out the other way, we had transition. This was Garrett Moser on the breakaway. It was a 2-on-1 there. Good little clear out from Mackenzie, who boxed his player off and got Moser some room to shoot. And then one last one. It was just the outside shot, rebounded, picked up by the Vics. And then on the clear again, it was Brody Black, who, with a few fakes, just confused Suzuki on that one, who stepped back and let that one go. Check that, we've got one more. So this will, I believe this will be Tyler Reynolds' sneaky trickle goal, as we'll call it. It's a patented move, the sneaky trickle goal. But yeah, Suzuki got a big piece of it, and then it rolled through anyway. So now we're done with that. We'll bring you the MVP presentations. Obviously, we won't have audio for them, but we'll be able to tell you who's getting the awards for each team as the coaches come out to give them. So Frank Nicholas, number 9 for New South Wales, a player coach. So he'll be awarding that one for his team, for the Victorians. And Greg Mollison, head coach of Victoria, will award to New South Wales. Tough game for the Wombats. Stokes there, number 19, getting the nod for New South Wales. He was big in transition, played some defense, played some offense, was all over the joint for New South Wales, and it was good to see. Final score 6-23. Obviously, Victoria having all their own way with the scoring, as Tim Ratchie, the goal machine, is given the award for the Vics. But again, New South Wales just stayed in it. They just kept grinding it out through the late stages of the game, as we see Tim Ratchie and Frank Nicholas rub beards together. No, that's not a euphemism. They did rub beards. And then you see Greg Mollison and Tim Ratchie sharing the love in that photo as well. Not sure if they know they're being filmed, but not sure that would bother them either. All right, so that'll bring us to the end of this one. We'll be back at 9:30 with the next game as South Australia take on West Australia. Until then, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.